countdown and.
Am I the only one? Oh wait, that's too happy of a chord. What was it?
You got to be angry and angsty.
Am I the only one who's fat as shit and doesn't like Democrats or Hillary Clinton? See how that works? Did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
You did it.
Fuck this. I'm going back to my new metal band.
Yeah. There'll be a resurgence. Oh, he did go back to his new metal band.
Yeah.
That's right. All right.
Wait. 1,
2, 3. So you tell me, Brendan.
Okay.
Am I the only one?
Yeah. Pretty much. Am I the only one? Dumb enough and dense enough to write a song like that. Yes, you are.
Am I the only one?
Who is borderline saying that he hates black people. So.
Yeah, he all but said that. Because, they're tearing down statues in a town near you. Because, Vermont played such a huge part in the Confederacy. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, they were the one state in the North that was like, nope, we want them.
We want slaves, and we want them now.
And we want real shitty music. For those of you who don't know, we were talking about the infamous, the great, the reoccurring villain, as it were, on the Lemon Squeezing Deep the channel. Lemon Squeezing Deep Chuck. Fuck.
Big, deep Chuck.
I'm over it. Anyway, Aaron Lewis.
Aaron Lewis, and I really hope he becomes one of our favorite listeners.
That'd be cool. But he doesn't realize we're talking about him. He's like, oh, they're talking about a different Aaron Lewis with a different song called "Am I the Only One?"
Is he the only one?
Listen to this podcast.
Yeah. Aaron Lewis, yeah. I know fans of this podcast probably already are in love with his hit song. You guys have it on repeat. I know I have it on repeat at home, titled "Am I the Only One?" Well, that's a little smoky there, brah.
It'll chill out.
Okay.
Or it won't.
Yeah.
Guess we'll find out.
I guess we will. But yeah, what an awesome song. I'm glad someone finally wrote a song to put people in their place.
Fucking libtards.
I mean, he even said that he was not going to sing along to Bruce Springsteen. Yeah.
Which is funny because I don't feel like anybody should.
See, I like Bruce Springsteen, and I don't care what his political leanings are.
But are you going to sing along to his songs?
Maybe like
Sweet Caroline? I got suicidal the other day for the first time based on other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
It was real weird. So I went to a grocery store, a local grocery store. I don't want to put anybody on blast. And I got out of my car and I was going in, and there was a restaurant across the street. They had the outside seating, and they had this guy playing guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget exactly what he was playing. But it was one of those songs. It was like Sweet Caroline or like, I don't know, just one of those things. And I was like, man, there's people that are like, let's go out tonight. Let's go to this restaurant, sit outside, and listen to a mediocre person play decent music. I think you know what it was? I think it was a Van Morrison song. It wasn't Brown Eyed Girl, but it was
Moondance.
I
think that's really. There's like a third Van Morrison song.
How dare you, sir?
That people cover. I'm very familiar.
Oh,
yeah.
cover.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's.
I'm not knocking Van Morrison. It's just
it might not have been Van Morrison, but it was in that vein. When I was leaving, he was playing James Taylor, "Fire and Rain."
Of course.
So, but I was like, these people that go and show up there, like that's a good time for them. It's like, you know what I mean? They're like, this is great. I'm listening to the same music I have for years, decades, played by a person delivering a B- cover.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that. And I was like, I want to take 2 grocery carts and just have the cart boy just like run the backside of it into me. Like stick my head in that gap.
Yeah.
And then just have him
Mm-hmm.
see if it works like a guillotine. I bet it would.
It might. We'll try it
If
later.
it was enough carts on one side and enough carts on another,
yeah.
pop that head right off.
Pop it right off.
Yeah, I was upset because it wasn't Sweet Caroline. It wasn't. I don't think it was a Van Morrison song. But it was a song that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't remember. But it's something that I don't like that much because it gets covered all the time and it wears me out. But then hearing Fire and Rain on the way, I would like jumped in my car. Beautiful, beautiful song. Love James Taylor.
Yeah.
Hate the fact that it gets covered the way it does.
And everyone covers it.
You realize that his wife died, right? You can only cover it if your wife has died or you killed your wife.
So, like, OJ can do it.
OJ can do it.
If it doesn't go for a husband, then Courtney Love can do it.
No, she can't sing it.
Well, she can't sing anything.
That's, yeah.
Right there.
Swish.
Pop. That was a tennis racket for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
No, it's not. But I hit the ball. Or the birdie. Maybe it's a badminton racket. You've never played badminton?
I think you're thinking of rugby.
Yeah. Sports ball. Yeah.
When was the last time you watched sports?
On purpose, probably about 3 years ago. I used to watch baseball and hockey. Hockey.
I like hockey.
Yeah. I like hockey too.
Fun game.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to be really big into baseball and hockey, and I lost interest in sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
It's interesting. Friends of mine were talking the other day about watchable sports, and I was like, I can watch golf because it's super relaxing and I don't have to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I can watch hockey because it's really exciting and the pace is always moving. And then what were we talking? I can't remember if I said football or baseball, but it's like in between the two. Like, it's not calm enough to where I don't have to pay attention that hard, but it's not exciting enough to where it grips me.
Right.
So,
I mean, I just never got into football, but I always liked baseball, which is weird because I'm not very good at any of those sports. If there was a game called catch, I'd be good.
Yeah.
I can catch
a
ball.
You know what game we would be really good at?
What?
Being racist. Bringing us back to Aaron Lewis.
Because I don't think he's the only one. You know, Aaron, let's get you on the show, buddy. I want to hear all of your...
I'm the only one that's tired of blacks. He should have just come out and said it, man.
Yeah. But I don't think it's just blacks. I think he hates all minorities. I mean, I think he's got a thing against, like, the gays and the brown people and the overly tan people and even people who probably aren't tan at all.
Who like the wrong side of politics.
Yeah, the liberals and the bleeding heart socialists and basically anybody who isn't Aaron Lewis or Ted Nugent.
Those guys should get together and make a baby.
Even Ted Nugent is like, nah, this dude's kind of racist. Yeah, but we talked about it a little bit last week, and I'll just touch on it real quick. There was we were discussing it, and there's also a great review of that song by a cat named Todd in the Shadows. His YouTube channel is awesome. I think hopefully I've turned you onto his show.
Yeah, it was cool. I
Watch
liked
it in your free time.
the setup.
But yeah, Todd in the Shadows, shout out to you. I'm gonna tag you in this video just because I think you're awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah, but he did a spot on review of the song without being like pretentious or anything like that.
Well, I liked his breakdown of how he sort of levied it, not only because I think pretty much any casual listener would be like, there's a target demographic to this, and it's pretty obvious which one. So it doesn't take a genius.
You and me.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Sing it, brother. I hope he has a really good time on his Klan rally tour. Anyway, it doesn't take a genius to see that he's his demographic is people with trucks that are higher than they're supposed to be, and maybe some very, very contentious bumper stickers who have a lot of views, but maybe shut up about them around specific types of people because they're cowards.
Yeah, they're scared.
But fucking goddamn, I'll stomp my flag, I'll stomp your ass.
Yeah, boy.
That was something we were talking about last week. I don't know if we said it on the show, but the song is essentially just a compiling of bumper stickers.
Yes, basically what it is. And even Todd in the Shadows, I think, mentioned that. Or he said it was just a guy making a list of everything he's angry about.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, you said the bumper sticker thing. That's right.
But the cool thing was he did like the little breakdown of how like things like that can chart. And I mean, obviously it's like if you get because like Fox and Friends, they're like, you're number one on Spotify. And he was like, he goes back to Todd in the Shadows.
Yeah.
And he's like, that didn't happen.
No.
He was like, sorry, Fox News gets things wrong sometimes. Sorry if you guys didn't know it. But apparently he did well on iTunes, and he was like, maybe that's where the confusion was. And he also was breaking down, he's like, the last demographic that really does buy music is the demographic he's putting the song towards.
Yeah, and that's how it started.
And that was cool. And then he went into a band we've talked about before, BTS. Did we call him BT5? I think I called him BT5.
You did.
Sorry. BTS.
There goes our K-pop audience.
Shit. Big tit syndrome. And he was breaking down how they kind of cheat the system a little bit, which is interesting. And he was like, it's not straight up cheating, but he's like, people have been finding chart loopholes for since it was since it's been a thing. But it was a cool breakdown. I really appreciated the video. I liked that he went into, I forget that guy's name, the white rapper with the skinny dreads. Because
I forgot about that part.
The only time I've ever seen him pop up is on like rando Facebook videos, and it's always been like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's like just rapping about things you're angry at. Which I understand that that's what a lot of art comes from.
Yeah.
But your whole song shouldn't just be like, I hate fat-free ice cream, and I hate people who drink skim milk, and I hate people who think that Hillary Clinton should have won, and I hate Shar-Pei dogs, and I hate, what I mean? Like, it shouldn't... You kind of come across... Newsflash. You kind of come across like an asshole when your whole song is... inward looking outward.
Yeah.
You're inside being like, this is what's wrong as I see it.
Yeah.
Instead of like, a little bit more of a open-minded philosophy of like, here's things maybe I see about myself that I can change, or maybe this is how I have to accept the world or others around me.
Yeah.
Or
because maybe
songs
you're not
about
the only
compassion.
One. Or you are the only one that thinks this way.
I just want to show the racist that they have a friend in the business.
Because, I mean, just to blatantly...
buy my new record. Woo!
They're like complain about the statues coming down.
He's the asshole that goes... I'll let you talk in a second. This is my show. This is not my show. It's our show. Sorry. But he's the kind of guy...
Are you the only one?
He's the kind of guy that goes to different states, and when he gets out on stage, he gives a shout-out to the most popular college football team in that area. So he goes to Texas. He's like, let's go University of Texas. Or like he goes to Alabama. He's like, Roll Tide. He does that. He fucking does that everywhere.
Oh, of course he does. Yeah.
Anyway, you're saying about statues coming down.
Yeah. I mean, I forgot what I was saying now.
You're saying statues coming down.
Yeah. And that's, I don't know. That's just like such a,
inflammatory statement.
It's way beyond just like complaining about stuff.
Yeah, I get it if you want to talk like I understand a lot of people on his side of things being weary of whitewashing history, right? Because I feel like you need those place markers in order to... I think I read a quote last week that kind of dealt with that, where it was like, you need these things so that you can watch out for them when they start happening in the future.
Right.
If you're coming at it from that angle, I understand. But if you're coming at it from, I'm mad that they're tearing down Confederate statues because I like the Confederacy, or like what we were talking about last week, the whole like the South will rise again movement kind of stuff. Right. It's like, okay, now you've lost me.
And he's probably the same kind of person, or he's probably when what was it, 15, 17, 18 years ago when they tore down the statue of Saddam Hussein in Iraq. I'm sure he cheered that on, though.
Right. No. He didn't like it.
Oh.
He's like, how dare they tear down this monument?
Maybe that's what he was trying to say. That's where it started. First you tear down Saddam Hussein statues. Next thing you know, here comes Stonewall Jackson statue, or General Robert E. Lee statue, or somebody else from the Civil War.
Sure. I would really like to. I have a podcast. If anybody would like to come on, not to have a debate, but to discuss their side of things with the Confederate statues, I'd love to have a discussion about that because I'd really like to see what somebody has to say.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Way back when, probably like 3 or 4 years ago, so I was in college, and the Flint, Michigan thing still had been going. Like the water crisis had still been. It'd been a couple of years at this point. Obviously, still going on now.
Yep.
And I was talking to a girl who really like reshaped how I thought about the situation, just because I came at it from my perspective. We were talking about it, and I was like, I just don't understand why those people don't leave.
Right.
And then she came back, and she was like, well, you see, a lot of people bought homes in that area, and now their houses are worthless, so they can't sell them.
Yeah.
And they can't leave the area because they need to stay in their house. And I was like, oh. So I was coming at it from the perspective of I've always been kind of a rambler. Like I could just kind of move freely. I've never owned a house. I've never had to stick around anywhere that I didn't want to. And so that was my, like, if I was in Flint and that happened, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm just going to go somewhere else. And she put the perspective in my mind. No, some people actually can't leave.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. So I like being open-minded to things like that. Anytime somebody has a really good point, I want to listen. I don't want to just be like, nope. Keep the statues up.
Nope.
It's important.
And it's funny that he has the line, and I'm just paraphrasing about if you don't like it, there's the door or whatever. That is literally
it. Then there's the fucking door.
He's literally addressing himself.
Can I leave that? Can I leave that word in?
What?
Because I was singing the lyric, or should I beep it?
It's up to you.
I'll beep it.
Okay. But it's like exactly, Aaron Lewis. If you don't like it, see ya. Go. Vermont is right next to Canada. I'm sure Canada would love to have you.
Hypocrisy run deep this day and age.
Yes.
Not well, and it's such a surface level thing.
I mean,
you know what? When you get too wrapped up into these hard viewpoints on things, you're going to be hypocritical pretty quick.
Yeah, and he is such a hypocrite. Even Dave Mustaine is like, bro, slow your roll.
Yeah. What?
Because Dave Mustaine's a hypocrite.
Oh, okay. Well, slow your roll isn't a punchline. Just so you know.
No, he's telling Aaron Lewis to slow your roll.
Right.
For being
but that's for a punchline.
That was just because I wanted to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have autism?
No, I'm artistic.
Yeah. So now I got to tell that story.
You don't have to.
I have to.
Am I the only one? Sorry. God, it's horrible.
With 3 chromosomes. So I was working this party, bartending, and this lady had this real deep Southern Savannah accent, and I realized that artistic and autistic sound really similar when somebody with that accent says it. And the reason I figured it was, so I was eavesdropping on the conversation, and she was like, "Oh, my son-in-law is very autistic," and I double taked. I was like, "What?" And they started talking about paintings or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, artistic. You just talk stupid."
Yeah. Not everyone in this city sounds like Kevin
Gwyneth
Spacey.
Paltrow.
Kevin Spacey in Midnight in Garden of Good and Evil when he's playing Jim Williams. I'm sure Jim Williams probably had that type of an accent. That's like a very upper crust Savannian Southern accent, like a old antebellum accent, where you overly enunciate like you're super Southern.
My word, I certainly do love the underage boys.
I say, boy. Oh yeah, when they say boy, it means something racist.
And when Kevin Spacey says boy, he
means a boy.
Something illegal.
Yeah, he definitely means a boy. Come here, boy.
Fuck that boy. Apparently that was a pretty big problem when he was in town.
Well, apparently that's a pretty big problem when he's in any town. But I hated that because I liked Kevin Spacey as an actor. I always hate when someone you really like, and it turns out they're like a total creep or something. You know, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah. I wasn't even really bothered by a lot of stuff like Christian Bale when it turned out he was a huge asshole. I was like,
Yeah, it didn't surprise me.
yeah. Also, he had a point.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch that video, like the light guy should not have been getting in the way.
No, the guy totally like broke his whole train of thought and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, so he was right.
Did he go off a little too hard? Yeah.
He might have been frustrated. It could have been a long day.
Yeah.
You don't know how long he's
actually,
going to be doing that.
From what I remember, I think it happened a couple times. So
And he was mad because he was in a less than stellar Terminator sequel, and
as was most people.
yes,
T1 and T2.
that's it. That's all we needed. Didn't need anything after T2.
And I always think that it's just 3 or 4, and then I remember that it's so many.
It's like 6.
They had one with Jai Courtney.
Yeah.
They did one where like Arnold Schwarzenegger went back in time to protect young Sarah Connor. Like it's like, hey, you realize that the reason we liked those movies wasn't because of the time travel paradox stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was an interesting sidebar, but it's like when movies completely miss the reason why their movie was popular. Perfect example, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
We liked the fun pirate sword fighting kind of stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you guys like the supernatural stuff? You guys like all the sea creature things? What if we focus on that?" Like, no.
You like Johnny Depp playing the same character in every single movie he's in? Gotcha.
He did really good in that
I
role.
saw the first one. That was as far as I made it.
That's all you need. I mean,
Okay, yeah, we're good.
2 is okay. 3's bad. Surprise, surprise. 4 is awful.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably a 5th one by now. I don't know.
But yeah, I just actually it's when Johnny Depp and Tim Burton work together. He basically has a Johnny Depp character, and just sticks it in any role. I think the worst thing, and I know it
I
wouldn't.
disagree.
I don't.
Well, I know. No, I think Johnny Depp has range.
I mean, no, I like Johnny Depp, and if you get him away from Tim Burton, he does play good characters. I like his work, but it's anytime he's in a Burton film, he's basically playing the same character.
Edward Scissorhands, I think, is pretty different from
Well,
Jack Sparrow.
that was early in his career. Well, Jack Sparrow wasn't a Tim Burton film.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was way different from Edward Scissorhands.
Well, Edward
That was
Scissorhands
just a weird
was
role.
early on, before he got.
And then what was the Sweeney Todd? That was pretty different.
I didn't watch that. I don't watch musicals. I don't like musicals.
All right. So what roles was the same?
Like the Mad Hatter, even
Mad Hatter and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory are pretty close.
I'm trying to think of some more now. I'm drawing a blank. I keep thinking of Lone Ranger, but that wasn't a Burton film. That was just a horrible whitewashing of Tonto.
It was weird.
It's like, yeah, we have no Native American actors on Earth.
It was weird for sure.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it because as soon as he was cast as Tonto, I knew the movie was going to revolve more around Tonto than the Lone Ranger,
Right.
who the movie is named after. So I didn't even watch it. I'm just like,
Did they say Kemosabe a lot?
I didn't watch it. I don't know. He could have said, "Am I the only one?" For all I know.
Who's tired of these whites?
Whites. But yeah. But
Yeah, he's got a weird not Johnny Depp, Aaron Lewis. He's got a weird trajectory in terms of what he's done musically. It's very odd.
yeah. But he
And I
does have a
think-
sweet neck tattoo, and that always makes.
Was that after Stained?
I think it was after Stained.
That's weird,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's something you get when you're stupid.
And when you're making money. Yeah.
when you're young and stupid.
Yeah, when you're making money, and you can afford neck tattoos.
I mean, I guess.
I don't know. But yeah.
God, I really do feel bad for Aaron Lewis when he does actually have to apply for a job.
I know. But it's like, you saw like the earlier Stained videos where he's got like his eye thing pierced, and he's got like the new metal tattoos, and now all that's gone, and he's got like a big watch on, and
You know what's weird is the songs that he used, they're actually really similar. The only thing that's really changed is like the instrumentation and the overall sound.
Yeah.
But him playing that guitar, like it's pretty much the same, which is odd.
Yeah, he can't play. He's not a country musician. And his lyrics are the same. They're just whiny lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of now him complaining about his dad, now he's complaining about his whole country.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
and
weird.
how much he loves his dad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, now you like your dad. I thought he was horrible and whatever, according to your...
It's cool to make a career off of both things.
Yeah. It's like, okay. You know, pick a lane, buddy. Do you either like the man or not? Is he the only one?
The state of Vermont is like, yes, you are the only one.
They're like, please don't come back, Aaron Lewis. Please.
You're my country boy.
But anyway, he's an idiot. He's worthless. He's stupid.
I think he's just really mad because his music career didn't go the way he wanted it to.
Well, that's a risk you take, son.
Speaking of peeing on front porches.
No. We won't go there. But yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? But yeah, we can't go there.
What?
Never mind.
I already done forgot about it.
Good.
You're dwelling. I'm not. I'm moving to the future because I'm the only one.
You know, they're tearing down statues in a town near you.
Good.
You know, they really want to get rid of a statue that bothers me. That big chick statue out in New York Harbor. She's just sitting there doing nothing.
Pamela Anderson?
They put that up so the foreigners can come. Take her down.
That'd be cool if they had they redid the Statue of Liberty's face to be Pamela Anderson, and then they made another island with like Tommy Lee's dick. That'd be cool.
No. I think she's had too much surgery. She's not pretty to me at all. I don't find her attractive in the least bit. No,
Tommy
I don't.
Lee?
No. Yeah, I don't find him attractive either.
Yeah.
Now, Pamela Anderson was so much prettier when she first got discovered and she was all natural. Like, she didn't have a plastic face and a plastic body. She was really pretty then. And now she just looks horrible.
I found out about this plastic surgery called a body lift, which terrifies me. I don't know the actual procedure, but all I can think of is like you're wearing one of those camping backpacks, you know, the really tall ones, and then you just situate it up really high and then cinch it back down. And you just do that with your body.
Oh my God.
I don't know that that's what it is, but that's what I picture.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. But
We should look into it. If we start making money off this, we should get you a body lift.
No.
Just to see what
I don't
what
want to
it
get a
is.
body lift. But thanks
We could record. We could just go into the office with like
Yeah.
a hidden cam just to see what they say.
Why don't you go get a body lift?
'Cause my body are done lifted, like my truck, dog.
Yeah.
You see these purple headlights?
I know. I see you have a really big truck.
And
Point
I
made.
also I can't wait to put a pole in the bed and fly that Confederate flag.
You going to do the Confederate flag and then the American flag under it?
I'm going to do
completely disrespectful.
I think I'm going to do the American flag and then the Nazi flag.
Okay.
And then maybe like the Japanese rising sun flag under that, just to really confuse people.
And maybe like the old flag of the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
The sickle and the
Maybe
hammer.
Yeah, but with Bernie's face on it.
Yeah. Okay. The
I'm
flag
gonna
of-
do
the
I'm gonna
Iraqi
do the,
flag.
I'm gonna do the new gay South African flag.
Okay.
You seen that?
Mm-mm.
It's like that's the new flag. It looks like a gay South African flag, which is cool. It's just kind of ripped off a design.
Well. And then you can put like
You know, it'd be super fucking awesome. Gay Confederate flag. That'd be so cool.
that would be cool.
Can we make that our new logo?
No.
Just a gay Confederate flag.
We
Come
can-
on. Gay flag, gay flag, gay flag.
No, you're the only one.
Sucking these dicks. Somebody's got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We know it ain't gonna be Aaron Lewis. He's into child porn.
Probably.
What do you want to talk about today?
Maybe we should talk about 6 songs.
Okay.
That's my new band. We're called 6 Songs. We
Ooh,
get
you gotta.
on stage and we play 6 songs.
Got some bright lights, big dreams. Just, advice that I can give you as a musician.
Yeah.
When you go to perform,
Mm-hmm.
don't take a lot of risks.
Mm-hmm.
Just do whatever's in your ability. Just let it be to your ability. Not ability.
Gotcha.
Okay. Rigged.
So it's my turn.
You said that's super sexual.
So it's my turn. I can do it like Aaron Lewis.
Thanks, Whitey McCracker.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a white dude. That's why I'm a fan of Aaron Lewis. I'm a whitey, and I think them libs, them liberals, them libertards, I don't know. They don't like it. They need to leave. Leave this country if you don't like it. But anyway. So, let's start off this. Let's get this party ball rolling. You ready to tap dance? You ready to shimmy, 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 Cocoa Pop? You ready to get in here? Those are all old phrases. I'm just trying to liven the party. While you go there, give yourself a massage.
Yeah, my arm feels weird.
You having a stroke?
Maybe.
Okay.
If I do, just keep going.
I'll tell you how to get through a stroke. Just, you really got to like down something to drink and hit your head on the wall 5 times. And when you
Are we talking about how to get a stroke?
No, how to get through a stroke.
What?
I'm just,
Oh.
past experience.
What? You stupid.
I have a stroke about once a week.
We do yours.
Would you mind?
We do yours.
And I had a theme. Did you kind of pick up on the theme at all?
I hope so.
Want to take a stab, take a gander, take a guess?
I don't have anything to stab you with. Songs by bands that ripped off another band's sound?
Not exactly.
Is that close?
You're on the right. You're going in the right direction. You just hopped on the wrong train.
They lifted lyrics?
Well, that's one song. Yes, it
Okay.
sounds like they did, but it's. I'll give you one more guess. Come on, do it best of your ability.
Sorry, it's hard for me because I'm just so autistic. I don't know.
Well, I'll give you the first song and we'll talk about it and then we'll figure it out from there. How about that, sport? Ready?
Yeah, that was weird.
I know,
My
right?
dad trying to get me into homework. Come on, champ. We can do it.
Come on, sport.
And then you realize that the math that I'm doing is way harder than what your generation had to do.
We had to do the same math. You guys do it all weird.
I
guess.
don't know.
I know how to do math.
I did math the right way.
I did it the right way. I wasn't the only one.
That's the one with letters, right?
Some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you are right.
Yeah, it just feels really weird.
Hmm.
It's like going numb. Probably part of my issue. Anyway.
All right.
What was this song called?
Undertow.
Undertow, yeah.
By Warrant.
Is it like names of other songs?
No.
We already did that.
We already did that.
Okay.
I gave you 3 bands. I'll go ahead and tell you what the theme was.
No.
Don't? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I won't. All right. First song I gave you was Warrant. The name of the song is Undertow. It was off their 95 album. Because I had 2 albums I was going to pull from. One of them was from 95, one was from 96. And I think this one was Ultraphobic, and it was from 95. Warren? Who's Warren? Oh, Warrant. Yeah. I'm getting there. I had this stuff pulled up earlier.
Did they do Cherry Pie?
Yeah, they did do Cherry Pie. This is 95, Ultraphobic. This is
Ultra Homophobic. Aaron Lewis's new album.
yeah. And I'm glad you noticed this in the song. Excuse me. that not only is the title of another more popular band song of the time, there were a lot of lines in the song that were reminiscent of other more popular songs, mostly Tool. This was Warrant's attempt to try to stay with the times after they, like a lot of other bands of their heyday.
Can I say why I thought what I thought?
Yeah,
Because this sounds like an Alice in Chains song.
And that's why you're on the right track. They were trying to be relevant and sound like the popular bands.
Because what were they? Hair metal?
They were hair metal. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, they were hair metal.
I didn't know their genre classification.
Yeah, they were hair metal. Songs like Cherry Pie and Down Boys.
And others.
and others.
All their hits.
Yeah. But yeah, they were huge.
Of the time.
And then some little musical genre came along in 91, 92. You might have heard of it.
Cobainism.
Yeah. Cobainism. It came out with a blast.
I don't get it.
Shotgun. Blast.
Oh. Davidian.
Yeah.
Is that what that song's about?
No.
Kurt Cobain?
No.
Are you sure?
It's not about Kurt Cobain.
Are you sure? Because
I'm positive.
I thought his middle name was David.
It's Kurt Donald Cobain. Davidian.
It's a shitty middle name.
Well, I can't help that. I didn't name him.
Well, I just saying, just for the record.
But anyway, so this album was their first attempt to finally just like give up on being hair metal and maybe actually be relevant. The lead singer of Warrant then is a guy named Jani Lane. He's, to his credit,
He tried to change his name to Jani Lane's Daily.
yeah, hey, I didn't even think about that. That's pretty smart. But he is a very talented musician. Unfortunately, he didn't use his talent more proficiently because he wrote songs, which he hated the song Cherry Pie. The label made him write and record that song.
Mm-hmm.
But he wrote all of the music and lyrics to just about every Warrant song until he left the band, and he actually has passed away since then. He drank himself to death. Imagine that.
Surprise.
But yeah, very talented, but he chose the hair metal path. And, because they were so huge, no one thought hair metal was going to go away.
Really?
Yeah. They just thought they were going to ride this crest forever. You didn't know what was going to happen. The 80s were the 80s, man. And, then when grunge showed up, or alternative, whatever everybody wants to call it.
These are people that don't know enough history.
Right. Well, they were living in history. They were making history. They were walking through written history. But anyway, what's hilarious is the album before this, the Warrant's follow-up album to Cherry Pie was an album called Dog Eat Dog, and it was a little less hair metal-y. I'm making up that word, hair metal-y.
Hair metal-y.
Yeah,
what a sweet melody for our hair melody.
Yeah, well, they're real autistic. But when they put out Cherry Pie, it was a huge hit, and they went to go meet with their label, and the receptionist's desk, above her desk was a huge poster of the Cherry Pie album cover. Mm-hmm. So Jani Lane was like, that's when I knew we made it. He goes, I knew we made it. They put out their next record, Dog Eat Dog, in 1992. So he goes to, had that meeting with the label, and he was all excited, and he walked up to the receptionist's desk, and the poster behind her now was Alice in Chains' Dirt album. And he said, that's when I knew it was over. Mm-hmm. And so that album did all right. And so when the Ultraphobic, they were like, we got to get relevant. We need to get back out there, because you go from playing stadiums to playing something the size of like the Wormhole or El Rocco, and Coke is expensive. So
yeah.
So this was their try at sounding more Alice in Chains-y, Nirvana-y, Soundgarden-y. Is
the theme that it's bands trying to break into a new genre?
Hair metal bands.
Oh, okay.
Trying to find their place in the world when their style of music came to an abrupt end.
Gotcha.
because all the other levels of metal survive, like thrash metal survived, your standard heavy metal, but hair metal, it just, because you went from just like the culture of the 80s of overindulging to the less glammy, less pretty decade of the 90s. And when you got, a gallon of spray in your hair and you're wearing, your mom's lipstick, it wasn't cutting it anymore. So stop doing it.
And start cutting.
But this was their attempt at being relevant. They have
that solo at the end sucks.
Yeah, it's not a great song.
The ending of that song fucking sucks. I tried to like it. I can't.
But anyway, there's your backstory. Obviously, you didn't like the ending solo. I played that solo. Thank you. It's my first recorded solo.
I can tell.
Any other? I'll let you speak.
Yeah, just I had to double take that I got the right song because I knew Cherry Pie by Warren and I was sort of on the theme a little bit. There was it's clearly like ripping off Alice in Chains pretty hard. Mainly with the dual vocals, like how they're harmonizing. That's pretty much just lifted straight from Alice in Chains. I mean, it sounds like an Alice in Chains song. I'm trying to think of the one specifically. Maybe Wood.
Yeah.
It's pretty
hints of that.
Yeah. Like any of their slower stuff. I mean, even Died kind of like this is in the same vein.
Yeah.
I think it actually might share a lot of similar notes.
I mean, it was pretty much pulled from the Lane Staley, Jerry Cantrell playbook.
Yeah. It's pretty lifted, I would say. Like I said, I tried to get into it. I looked up the lyrics. I really didn't care for them.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of substance to them.
No.
The singing's good. I mean, the guitar, like all the instrumentation and the overall sound is fine. It just is like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
And the end is like the end the end instrumentation is like people who know how to play their instruments almost intentionally trying to play them poorly.
Yeah.
Which is odd. I think that's why it doesn't really work.
Well, it was a time when soloing was like frowned upon now because, that was the thing. Like a lot of these like alternative or these grunge bands, not Alice in Chains, obviously, because Jerry Cantrell is a very prolific guitar player, but, like Kurt Cobain, who's a horrible guitar player.
Hey.
Sorry. But, he didn't solo, so it was like cool to not solo.
Maybe that's why he killed himself.
Probably.
For that solo off Breed.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I didn't...
Do you like this song?
No, actually,
okay.
I don't.
All right.
And I didn't intentionally give you like what I thought were bad songs. It was more or less showing you how these hair metal bands had to basically figure out where their place was in the musical world. And because they were like people like Warrant, obviously they didn't really know how to maintain. I mean, their other two are a little bit different examples, but we'll get to those when we get to them, I guess.
If ever.
But Warren, and like I said, it's a shame, that Jani Lane has a lot of talent. It's just he didn't really choose to use it, because you wouldn't know he had as much talent as he does by listening to Cherry Pie.
It's true.
Cherry Pie is a cut and paste, hair metal song. He hated the song. It was a silly, stupid song, and it's like, dude, you're better than that. But you get stuck in a certain genre as hair metal, and that's a really hard place to be pigeonholed in, especially then. Now it has kind of a resurgence over the past few years.
Really?
Yeah, just not as glammy, but these bands are able to come back out and go on tour. Warren is still around. They have a different lead singer, obviously. And they're still putting out records, but they've kind of gone back to more of a hard rock sound, which is what a lot of them have had to do, is just like you know,
Find the in between.
yeah, the in between, which is hard rock, which is, I know that's such a blanket statement of a genre, but you know, there's not so much of a stigma attached to being a hard rock band.
When somebody said, I can't remember where I heard it, that there's no more powerful force than nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why a lot of this stuff's coming back. Because like fucking Backstreet Boys are back now.
Well, it's when something you grew up on, and then when you become an adult, you think about, like, I'm sure you listen to stuff you listened to when you were a teenager. Maybe.
Not really.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, not really. Because a lot of what I was listening to is like classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're exposed to that genre, that's genres everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the radio. It's when you go to the store.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've listened to like Mothership probably like close to 100 times for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I like now, because I've just listened to that stuff so much, I'm just kind of bored by it. So I, you know, after that, I really got into like 90s alternative, which I still listen to, because obviously I wasn't listening to that kind of music at the time. I was baby.
Right.
Found a lot of newer band. Like, I listen to a lot of newer music and stuff that's pretty far away from classic rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is weird now that all the, you know, the bands we're talking about in terms of like glam rock and alternative and stuff, that's all kind of umbrellaed into classic rock now.
Well, it's classic rock now.
If you listen to a classic rock station, you'll hear like girls.
Mm-hmm.
You'll hear In Bloom. You'll hear Rooster. Like it's weird.
Yeah,
Just like it's this like tidal wave that just slowly takes over stuff. Pretty soon we'll be hearing Lil Wayne on classic rock radio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but we will.
Yeah, that's weird. Lil Wayne.
Pretty soon we'll get radio beamed directly into our soup in the morning.
I'll show them. I don't eat soup because that's what liberals eat.
Fucking tearing down a Campbell's can artwork in a town near you. That'd be great if he was like, if it was the same song, but it was concerned with really like artistic stuff. Like, they're tearing down the Andy Warhols. They're getting rid of our indie films.
He's more like the one would be upset when they close down a Shoney's and they're tearing down the Big Boy statue, the Shoney's Big Boy.
Is that Shoney's? I thought Big Boy was a separate thing.
It was depending on where you lived.
Oh, it's kind of like Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or Checkers.
I was wondering why, because we were going up Northern Way here recently, and we saw Big Boys and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Just like you go, I think it's West Coast is Carl's Jr. And then, well, you know, just like Crystal and White Castle. White Castle is everywhere but the South, and in the South, it's Crystal.
Meth. Anyway.
Yeah. Except where I lived in Virginia, we had neither.
Huh.
And I
well, you were in the sticks.
Yeah, I was in the mountains, but still, well, you got the sticks here, and there's at least there's a Waffle House.
Yeah, there's a Waffle House Baptist Church combo.
Yeah, with a big old statue, they're not turned down.
Yeah, fuck no.
Yeah,
this is our statue of some guy nobody's ever heard of. I got to tell you though, the movie Gods in General, really good movie.
I've heard of it, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and then they did another one. It was Gettysburg.
I don't watch talkies.
What?
I don't watch talkies. I only watch silent films. Talkies are.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now, but I was like, I thought you were trying to say walkie-talkies, and I was like, what are we?
I don't watch talkies.
I don't walkie-talkies.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs around.
Thumbs super down.
Okay. No, it wasn't a great song.
No.
And like I said, I wasn't like trying to be like, oh, I'm going to give him some bad music. It was seeing the progression, because I knew these are three bands that you had heard of. You might not be.
Okay, I've actually never heard of Mötley Crüe.
Okay.
Just kidding. But Winger, the only reason I have any familiarity with Winger is because of Beavis and Butthead's friend.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know the song 17.
That was Winger?
Yeah, that's Winger.
Oh, creepy. That's the things you could only get away with in the 80s, I guess.
So, all right. Well, and we will get to Sir Winger and we will get to the Crüe of Mötley soon.
Okay.
I don't know where else.
What band was Tommy Lee in?
Mötley Crüe, still is.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got
like,
Vince Neil, the big fat singer that can't sing.
It's a different guy though, right?
Yeah,
like he wasn't the original.
We'll get to that.
Okay, yeah, it's some guy named like Laird or something.
Or John Corabi.
That's it.
Or
That's close.
Or Laird.
Yeah. I think I was thinking of Laird Hamilton for some reason.
His name was Aaron Laird Lewis.
Yeah. Lard Lewis.
Lord Lewis.
Lard Lewis.
All right.
That way nobody will know who we're talking about.
Yeah,
We'll just call him Lard Lewis, and they're
Lord
like,
Lewis.
"Oh, I wonder who they're talking about."
Am I the only one who likes showing his French fries?
Am I the only one that likes extra fat mayonnaise?
Well, in Vermont, they smother everything in gravy, don't they?
Probably.
So, gravy and maple syrup. I bet he bathes in it. Just slathers himself in it. Good for my neck tattoo. Yeah. I really hate him. I mean, I really do.
I don't like him.
I hate him.
I don't
and
like
if
his
he ever
like super bad vibes.
Yeah.
Super bad energy. I don't like it. It comes across as really inauthentic.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing is like, I feel like if you're a country dude, that's the music you try to make.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you grew up as a country guy, like Stained is like has no approximation to that kind of music.
None at all.
And I mean, maybe he sort of just pigeonholed himself into a sound. I don't know. But to come from that and now you're trying to do this like outlaw country thing,
And it doesn't work.
it's just weird because it's like the Garth Brooks Chris
Gaines.
Gaines thing.
Well, that was a train wreck and a half.
Well, it's just weird. I mean, and it's obviously this is not as weird as that because that was Garth Brooks making up a dude, but also being that dude.
Yeah. It was intentionally fictional.
Right. That's weird. That's like that's way worse than this. But in the same vein, it's just like, why are you doing this? It's just
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Stain was at the top of their game. Just keep fucking around with them.
But then they weren't. He had
And
to do
everything I can remember. That was them, right?
Yeah. It would be almost.
Why are they new metal?
Because that's just where they got pigeonholed. Because I don't know. Because anything that sounded horrible, they called it new metal.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Right across the bow.
System of a Down.
Syndrome. Syndrome of a Down.
Yeah.
But yeah. But, you know, he just needs to, I don't know. He needs to go driving through Vermont. I don't know. We're done.
I was thinking of Chad Smith.
Chad Smith,
Huh?
drummer.
What?
Red Hot Chili Peppers. But anyway,
Huh?
Chad Smith. I thought that's what you said.
Monster by Meg and Dia.
Yeah.
How should I feel? How do you feel? I think so. These two gals is from.
Oh, those are women?
Oh yeah. What? How dare you stomp on this South American gay flag? South African gay flag.
They're not liberals, are they? Because
Fuck, if they're coming to tear down my statues, I'm gonna tear down their gender identities. I don't know. They're from Salt Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guess my theme for this week?
No, it was.
We'll talk about it at the end.
It was because things got a little confusing, or maybe not.
Now you know how I grew up. Confusing.
But go ahead.
Am I the only one who doesn't want his dick? Yeah. We'll get to the theme at the end.
Okay.
They're from Salt Lake.
Mhm.
One of them owns a coffee shop now. We should find out what it is and go get coffee there. Just one day when we feel like we can drive through Georgia and then 17 other states. And
Go to Salt Lake City.
yeah, I like the song. I think it's an interesting kind of sound for the, very like sort of Evanescence inspired sort of stuff. But
Mhm.
I like the song. I love songs about domestic violence. I crave them.
Oh, is that what that was about?
Probably. At least emotional abuse.
Yeah, I thought it was about, just that long road.
It's not an easy one.
No. Actually, I was almost getting the vibe that maybe this was someone who was being revisited by someone who had attacked them or abused them before. It almost felt like they were back. I don't know why I got like that mental vision.
Sort of like the cycle of abuse sort of thing.
Or maybe even it was someone that had gone away or maybe to jail and they'd come back and they were, I don't know. It just.
When did Aaron Lewis get out of prison?
Too soon ago.
Aaron Lewis would be the kind of guy to turn himself in for a crime where he could do like just some pretty minimal jail time, just a nice, cushy sort of in a small Vermont town. He's not going to get beat up and then come out thinking he's got like street cred.
Oh, of course. I'm surprised he didn't try to claim he was in the Capitol insurgents or whatever.
He would be the kind of guy, like, you ever heard of Stolen Valor? It's like these dudes who they like go to boot camp or something and then they wear it like they saw combat the rest of their lives.
So posers?
Yeah. Like these dudes that find uniforms and wear them.
Yeah, we have an Army-Navy store here too, or we used to.
Yeah, and that's the vibe I get from Aaron Lewis.
I used to do that when I was a kid. I'd buy, camo and play in the woods like I was a soldier.
Yeah, but you're not buying like lieutenant uniforms and trying to pass it off as.
Oh no, I was just making a joke at them for
Yeah,
I used to do that when I was a kid too.
Yeah.
So, but it was an interesting song. Back to the loop-de-loop.
I like the different choruses. Because they do the soft one, then they do the fucking heavy one, and then they do the soft one at the end. I like it. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, it was interesting. I liked it. It was emotional, and like I said, it put like a picture in my head. Like it was like that kind of emotion.
Very visceral.
Yes, yeah, it was very autistic.
It was very liberal.
It was, and I tried to, ignore the liberal, commie, stuff about it, but they're from Salt Lake City, so that means they're Mormons, and
That's not true. There's a very low
joke.
population that's Mormon in Salt Lake and Utah. They're probably Mormon. I don't know.
They probably are.
No, wait, she owns a coffee shop and they can't have caffeine or something.
That's true. They don't drink caffeine.
Yeah.
Or alcohol.
Maybe that's why they're molesting kids all the time.
Probably.
Yeah. There was that.
I mean, if I don't have my coffee in the morning, I'm going out molesting.
There was a
me and Aaron Lewis.
Don't talk to me before I've had my molesting. There was
my coffee.
There was a show on TV and it was all about the Mormons and like this one family that had like 18 kids or something insane, and one of them ended up being like a child predator.
Yeah, they have a lot of kids. They're like worse than like the Catholics. The Catholics have a lot of kids. I wasn't being like ugly to Catholics, but maybe I was.
Fuck them.
But yeah, Mormons have tons of kids.
Most of my family's Catholic.
None of mine is.
Fuck you guys.
We're all a bunch of wasps. A wasp.
Where all pussy sex.
That will be wops. No. White Anglo-Saxon Protestants. That's like
that new Cardi B song.
Yeah. A wasp
if
is
it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck.
But yeah. But yeah, it was interesting. And
shifting gears on a big rig?
Yeah. It's a thing. Me and my friends used to do. We're changing the subject. We're shifting gears.
Oh.
It's an inside joke that.
Oh, good. More.
But I do it all the time.
I've never noticed.
Here, and I got through on the tree. Yeah, you shift gears on the column.
I know.
Okay.
I've driven a 3 on a tree.
Okay.
And I've driven a big truck.
Oh.
Anyway.
But yeah, anyway.
Thumbs up?
Yeah, actually I liked it. Yeah, it was kind of gritty, kind of emotional, but yeah, I liked it. I feel sorry for the narrator. But yeah, it was a good song. I'll give it a thumbs up. I'll give it 3 Aaron Lewises.
What? I feel like that equates to the Nazi salute.
Oh yeah, never mind. Numero.
Can't fight the winger, right? That's
Can't
the song.
fight the winger. Yeah. Yeah, that's where they got their name from. That Veronica Pepper song.
What?
Veruca Salt.
Okay.
I'm just throwing them at you, bud.
Yeah, you're not good at it.
I'm just hardballing you.
What?
This is off their 1993 album, Pull. Winger is their third.
You're asking me like I looked it up.
I either call it Pull or Push, but it's Pull. I can't remember which.
Push me, pull you.
This was their first attempt out of the gates to kind of
Stay relevant.
Yeah, not necessarily change their sound or style. Winger, I think, did it a little bit more correctly. If you're going to be in that situation, they just toned down on the hair metal and just stuck with their hard rock roots. Winger has always been more of a hard rock band. I know they had a song like 17. I mean, everyone's got that one song
about child sexual
that they're
relations.
not proud of. About
They should not. They should be really unproud of that one.
But it was and even like Kip Winger, he's the lead singer, and
that's where they got their name from.
Yeah, it's his last name.
I knew that.
Yeah, but he's actually, once again, he is an excellent musician. He's actually classically trained, and he's actually conducted orchestras.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so and since this album, Winger, and his solo records are actually really good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great. But yeah, with this album, they went ahead and shed that whole image, but did what comes natural to them. They didn't try to sound like Alice in Chains or Nirvana or whoever.
Yeah, this was like the least rip-offy one, I think.
Yeah, this was more.
I got like notes of Def Leppard.
Well, I mean, Def Leppard influenced him anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Kip Winger actually started out his career as Alice Cooper's bass player.
Interesting.
Until I think it was 87, he left Alice Cooper's band to form his own band. But yeah, that's where he started out. Was he played, recorded, and toured with Alice Cooper.
That's pretty cool.
So he already had an impressive resume. But yeah, I respect him as a musician. Winger's music has gotten better. I mean, I like this song. I like Down Incognito. I guess I should have named the song Down Incognito. It's just a fun song. It's just a kind of a bluesy, not even blues, just a hint of bluesy-esque to it.
Because of the harmonica?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's, it's just a progression from what they were doing. I think Winger did a really good job moving past what made them famous. And like I said, they still tour. They're on tour right now. They still put out records. They're all more of a hard rock sound, not trying to, do what Warrant did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, throw that out at you.
Yeah,
This
is the song I liked.
Mm-hmm.
So thumbs up. Yeah, a very put together song. Not really rip-offy, and just kind of enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the choruses.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Been hanging down incognito.
Yeah,
waiting for the sun to shine.
It's not Tool, and they didn't rip off Tool.
It's true, and it's I don't know. It's kind of like that whole friends in low places sort of vibe, like just kind of sounds like a fun drinking song.
And unlike some people, Kip Winger can actually pull off a little bit of a friends in low places kind of vibe.
Because he's from Texas? I don't know.
He's from, I forget. I think he's from from like the desert. I think maybe Nevada or Arizona.
Just a desert somewhere.
Just from the desert.
I think he's from the Sahara.
He's from Iraq. I think he's a liberal.
A lot of liberals in Iraq.
A lot of liberals in rock and roll. I don't know if you knew that.
No. Ted Nugent would never allow that.
So you liked it, huh?
Yeah, it's a good song. I liked it.
And I would say, if you're bored one day, check out that whole album. Pull. It's not 17.
That's good. Well, it's more than 17 now.
Yeah, but They like I said, I'm proud of the fact that they moved past that and did something. And it wasn't like such just a critical change, like a hard shifting of gears.
Yeah, it just sounds like they got rid of the whole like arena rock kind of vibe, like the big power chords and the like she's only 13.
Well, now she'd be like, she's only 45.
Thank God.
But well, cool. I'm glad because I like that song, and I like. He's got a really good solo record called Down Incognito, and he does an acoustic version of that song and some other stuff. And I like him now that he's not Mr. 17, Mr. Glam rocker. So I have a lot of respect for where he's taken himself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Awesome. I'm glad you like that because I like it.
Yeah.
Yay! Yay! I'm very autistic too.
I'm going to have to go incognito after this episode.
You're going to have to.
Wait for that sun to shine. Telling me that all the liberals aren't mad at us anymore.
I hope we don't lose.
I hope he
we don't lose our liberals.
I hope he loses all his fans.
All three of them?
Yeah. And then he pivots into like just a super indie folk sort of vibe where he's still playing guitar the same way, but now it's all like cuddles and lullabies and kittens on the nose.
Or he has to play nothing but like lesbian coffee shops.
That'd be cool. Yeah. He's like, he's like wearing like Crocs and shit.
I bet he wears Crocs anyway.
Well, so what was I thinking? Oh, Birkenstocks.
Oh, wow.
And then he's like, yeah, like he's wearing like Che Guevara shirts and shit. Like, damn, dude, you really can't figure your shit out, huh?
No, he's identity crisis constant. All
I
right.
found a new thing to do.
Hey! All right, set me up. Cheerleader.
Yeah, Cheerleader by Omi.
Omi.
O-M-I.
Omi, oh. I don't know. I was doing Jungle Love. Oh.
Yeah. I can imagine why you were immediately thrown off of...
Very thrown off.
What the theme was.
This was a major shift.
It's a fun song though, right?
Yeah.
Really sort of like reggae-ish with the upbeat.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Musically and lyrically was very happy.
Did it remind you of Trish?
It did. Yes. Is that
kind of
the
the
theme?
point.
Because see, the first one would be me like constantly coming home and getting drunk and beating her up.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
You mean Tuesday?
Yeah. Yeah. Because that happens.
Right.
It's actually her coming home and beating me up.
Yeah. You deserve it.
The first song was from my perspective.
Mm-hmm. This monster, how should I feel?
But yeah, what a little happy tune. And yeah, I was really scratching my head.
Yeah.
So
if you're scratching your head, then we'll just wait for the third one.
Oh.
But yeah.
We'll get to that.
Fun song. I just really enjoyed it. Very very radio friendly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we'll touch more on that later. How'd you feel? How did it make you want to screw? I don't know.
It made me happy. It made me kind of bob around every time I listened to it. Yeah. I was really working that porch swing.
What?
That's where I sit on my porch swing and listen to music. That's where I listen to 99% of the music I listen to. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it had me just kind of like, yeah, fun. It was happy. I want a cheerleader.
You have one.
I know. I just want to hear somebody else.
Oh, you just wanted to dress like one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, actually, she makes me dress like one, but it's okay. That's between us. Okay, I like dressing like a cheerleader.
Okay.
Got it out of the open.
Well, I guess I found myself a cheerleader.
And she dresses like the coach.
And boy, let me tell you, there's a coach at the high school I went to. Got into deep shit for having sex with a 17-year-old. Just to bring it back to Wiener, deep shit.
I bet.
It was a bad scene.
That's frowned upon, especially by educators.
How do you not have the self-control to tell an underage girl no?
I don't know. Why don't you ask so many famous people?
But this guy was a high school football coach. He's not very famous.
That's true. Well,
I think he was married with children too.
Well, I don't know.
It's
not a good.
There's gonna be a conversation.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like,
quit checking your toilet cams.
well, now it's work. So I'm gonna let you talk about how your coach and your cheerleader.
What?
Mm-mm. Oh. Sorry.
You should just read out what you're typing.
Yes, your room is ready.
Ooh, settle down, you naughty boy.
Yes. Oh, well, now I messed up. I said, yes, your room ready. I didn't put his. I'm not going to answer any more questions.
On this show?
No, on this phone, on my work. You know, I thought it was a good idea to open a brothel full of midgets, but it's really not.
I gotta say this though, you're the only one,
Well,
so
everything's half price.
you should feel as bad as you look for that one. Comedian friend of mine, he had a joke about little people,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about getting into an altercation when he was little with a midget,
Mm-hmm.
and he had this tag at one point. He was like, I mean, I'm in this fight with this grown man technically, and he hasn't done it since. And I was like, that's like the funniest part when he said, I mean, he's a grown man technically.
He's an adult, yeah. Well, that
just reading stuff.
That song was easy to get through.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of substance. It's just a fun song you guys should check out.
And it was fun.
It's just a fun song, man. Some songs are, and some are really not fun.
Yeah. Oh.
God damn.
Right.
Is that the baby crying for help?
So this last entry I gave you, this is Mötley Crüe from their self-titled album, Mötley Crüe.
Ugh.
The song is called Hooligan's Holiday. Mötley Crüe were, without a doubt, one of the biggest hair metal bands of the 80s. Huge band. They were just coming off their biggest album, Dr. Feelgood, selling out arenas. Selling out arenas. Something happened, and lead singer Vince Neil either quit or was fired, depending on who you ask.
Didn't he kill a guy?
That was in like 84. But yeah, he killed a guy in a car
He
accident.
wasn't fired for that.
No, they didn't fire him for that.
What?
No, they fired him because he was an alcoholic and wouldn't show up or whatever. So it was also when times they were changing, as we've discussed. So they were going to...
Like that Bruce Springsteen song.
Mm-hmm. You won't hear me singing along to Bruce Springsteen. Anyway. But so then they wanted to find a new lead singer and see what they could do in the 90s. And they came across John Corabi. He was in a band called The Scream, which is like a hard rock band. Most people haven't heard of The Scream. And he brought something to the table that they hadn't had before. First of all, he plays guitar.
Talent? Oh.
And we're getting there. He can play guitar.
What's that guitar player's name in Mötley Crüe? It's like Johnny...
Mick Mars.
Mick Mars.
Mm-hmm. You're thinking of Johnny Snickers.
Yeah. Nikki Sixx.
Nikki Sixx. Tommy Lee. Mick Mars. And Vince Neil.
No, the other guy.
Oh, John Corabi. But he can play guitar, he can write music, and he can write lyrics. Those are three things that Vince Neil cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee wrote and Mick Mars wrote all the music. Nikki did the bulk of that, and Nikki wrote most of the lyrics with help from Tommy Lee.
Interesting.
And Vince would come up, he would burp out a word every once in a while, and they'd write it down. Usually cheeseburger or, falafel or...
Yes, I would like cheese on that.
So John Corabi had talent, and he's a talented guy, and I like his voice. It's a lot. It's a big change from Vince Neil's voice.
Mm-hmm.
And so they proceeded to record this new album with this new singer, and because of the way he sings and his playing
and his heroin addiction.
No, he was, but they were able to shift their sound in a very natural progression, because when you have to write certain ways the way your singer sings, you can't write songs that the way Vince Neil sings if you got a guy who sings completely different and blah blah blah. Plus you got another guy helping you write.
Mm-hmm.
And so they, created this album. It's not a bad album. A lot of people hated it when it came out because it was a different Mötley Crüe.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly feel like, especially now, looking at how certain members of the band have lost what little bit of talent they have. Vince Neil. But they were pressured by the label to get rid of John Corabi. They were working on the next album with him, and they were like, "Well, you're not selling out venues like you used to, dude. It's 1994, and we're Mötley Crüe.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in this genre is selling out venues like they used to.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. Well, label pressure. They got rid of John Corabi, brought Vince Neil back, and
Were they able to start selling out venues again?
It took about a decade or so.
It took a while for the public to catch up. That's all.
Yeah. The internet wasn't as prevalent back then. But I think it's a shame, because the three musicians in Mötley Crüe, I think, are really good musicians. And when given the chance, they can be really good songwriters. John Corabi, I thought, brought something of talent too. Now, there was a lot of experimental elements in this album with him, and even with that song Hooligan's Holiday, it did have a hint of the alternative vibe to it, and that was probably intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was intentional. There's no probably to it. But yeah. So it was a cool direction they went into. Unfortunately, everyone panned it, and they had to do what they had to do.
Mm-hmm.
There are no hard feelings between them and Corabi. He's actually been other collaborations with Nikki Sixx, and he actually played here in Savannah about 2 months ago. He did his acoustic tour. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he put out a live acoustic set of his album he did with Mötley Crüe. But I like that bluesy type voice. That's like when Anthrax changed singers, and they got John Bush, who has more of a bluesy, raspy voice from their falsetto Joey Belladonna. I like that because it changes and makes it grittier. So, nothing against Vince Neil. I grew up on Mötley Crüe.
Mm-hmm.
But, 1984 Vince Neil and 2021 Vince Neil are two.
There's just something about committing murder.
Well, he's gone to pot. I mean, he's not taking care of himself, so he can't sing anymore. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't know the words to his own songs.
He said he walked off stage during a performance. He's just like, I gotta go take a nap or whatever.
Yeah, he said, I can't finish, guys, and just left. And he uses backing tracks, a lot of backing tracks.
Yeah,
but it's just a shame. So,
but feel good.
But anyway, you're
It's okay. I honestly wouldn't have been able to tell you whether it was Vince Neil or anybody else singing.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the lyrics, and it said John Corabi or Laird, whoever you ask, and I was like, oh, I knew the names pretty much in Mötley Crüe, even though I can't remember them sometimes. But I was like, that doesn't seem familiar.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't have been able to tell you all that stuff. So I don't know. It just seemed like a Van Halen ripoff. It just really sounds like Panama.
Yeah, I never made that connection. It does kind of have that.
Yeah, same sort of thing. But it's fun. It's upbeat. I don't think you have to think very much.
Oh, that's
Mötley Crüe. And
you're not lying.
yeah. But it was okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's second place.
Okay.
Just because that fucking that one song was such a turd dump. I feel bad. I mean, especially if I'll believe you if you say the guy's talented. It just does not show in any music I've heard by Warrant.
And that was part of my point, is that like it rarely shines through, and it's like if you have the I don't know.
It's almost like they couldn't see, like he wasn't able to levy his talent into coming through in the music.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it was. I think it was just, I can make mediocre music and make a lot of money, and it was just. What's funny is when Warrant recorded their second album, the Cherry Pie album, they actually had to have other people come in and play guitar because their two guitar players still really couldn't play guitar.
Yikes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What did lead guy play? Bass?
He sang, he played
yeah.
piano on their ballads.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah. I mean, I didn't like try to throw you like stinkers. I didn't throw you songs that I'm like in love with.
Yeah.
But the whole theme, I wanted you to see kind of how certain bands had to like make that leap, that jump when they're no longer relevant.
I wish Aaron Lewis would make a leap.
Right off the Talmadge.
Yeah. Onto a Confederate statue.
He could sell tickets to it. Because we know how much
he'd sell at that arena.
We know how much he likes to just walk off and leave anyway.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who wants you to jump off the bridge?
I don't want him to jump off the Talmadge because I don't think he'd die.
I think he would like jumping off the Talmadge because it's named after a racist.
Yeah.
A racist Democrat. So.
Yeah, funny how that works. What? He was wait, he's like me, but Democrat?
What? Anyway.
He's the kind of guy that couldn't tell you when the War of 1812 was fought.
Nope. He's the kind of guy that thinks we won Vietnam. But anyway.
What? There's a lot of people with that sentiment in my dad's generation. There's people that are they're like, yeah, we didn't lose Vietnam. Like, okay.
Well, it's like if me and you were playing a game of Monopoly.
What?
Let's say me and you are playing a game of Monopoly. It's a board game.
Okay.
And let's say we're about 3/4 into the game, and I just get up and leave. I technically didn't lose the game.
It's true. Yeah. Peace with honor.
And not knocking the Vietnam vets by any means, but I have a bunch of them in my family, but it's like it was very unfair how they were treated like garbage.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I mean, and we're fucking rinse and repeat for Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Not that we get topical or political on this podcast, but it's kind of strange that the whole thing was like, oh, we're going to train them to fight for themselves for 20 years. And then you have to realize there's people that were in the initial waves of training their troops that retired.
Yeah.
Because it had been so long.
Yeah.
And now it took 11 days.
Yeah. For everything to, of course, I guess then we'll just go back and spend more money. And I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence with the whole thing.
Here's the upside. I can go back to not remembering where Afghanistan is.
All right.
Next to Pakistan. Damn, didn't work.
Oh, yeah. It's that country with all the brown people, right?
Okay. Next to the country with all the brown people.
Next
to that other country.
Aaron Lewis taught me geography, and he just basically, part of the map, he drew a big circle and said, them's brown people. I was like, oh, wow, okay, thanks, brown people. Yeah. This continent, black people.
Yeah, just all.
This continent, yellow people. That'd be Eastern Asia.
Couple countries.
Yeah, Eastern Asia. Yeah, half a part of a continent.
Yeah. I have a.
No, he's the kind of guy that thinks that everyone in Asia, the continent of Asia, looks Chinese.
Yeah. I've been starting my sets with anybody else super pro Taliban now. Cavetown by Cavetown. No, sorry. This Is Home by Cavetown.
Yeah.
By This Is Home.
No, This Is Home is a song.
Yeah.
Cavetown is the
by Cavetown.
band, individual.
It's a band.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. Un momento. I have to take care of this.
I don't speak Portuguese. I don't speak that dirty brown people talk.
I'm working. Okay, sorry.
It's so funny how you can work and not look like it at the same time.
I know, but I'm working. I'm talking to
Jesus.
I am talking to
I'm gonna
Jesus.
play with my ball. I'm like a cat. Salem slept on my chest the other day. It was pretty cute.
Oh.
Just kind of passed out with a purring little mess on my chest. Never had that happen before.
Well, that happened. Henry does that to me a lot.
Aw. I wish Winston would cuddle more. He doesn't like cuddling. But he's a sweet boy. I had to help my dad put the covers over gutters so that leaves and shit don't fall in there.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put some new ones in on there, and they weren't like the right size. They're supposed to like go up under shingles, so they're really long. And he doesn't have shingles on that roof. He has like Teflon. And so I had to take some tin shears and cut the mesh. Like, fuck, that's a forearm workout. You ever cut tin with tin shears? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, your arms are spent for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay, I think she answered me. Oops, I did not
I'll
do
tell
Okay.
another story of
Oh no, I'm done now. I'm ready to talk about
Cavetown.
Cavetown.
This Is Home.
This
In a
Is Home.
cave.
But I'm not going to say anything yet. I'll let you set it up. But just to let you know, I kind of got an idea about what the song's about. But you go ahead.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Go
No,
ahead.
set it up.
It's a
Set it up.
redheaded guy making music. Cavetown's cool. Yeah, just sort of like slower acoustic indie kind of stuff. Really fun song. Or not fun. I was thinking of the last one. Not a fun song. It's a I would say an enjoyable song. Very slow, very melodic.
Yeah.
Great for a kegger. Go ahead. You just like get done with Hooligan's Holiday. You're like, yeah. And the next song comes like,
Now we'll listen to a song about someone transitioning. Because that's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like, at least the last part.
Yeah.
It kind of, and then I read a little bit of background on the guy who is Cavetown.
Yeah.
And that he is actually trans.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of, the first part of the song didn't kind of sound like that, but it almost felt like the character in the song was the same person at the beginning and at the end. And there were a lot of, like, just the way things were said and the lyrics, it kind of sounded like someone transitioning. I guess.
I got a lot of teen angsty vibes from it. A lot of teen angst. Anytime you have "Are You Dead?" Sometimes I think I'm dead in the middle of a song. It's a very specific mindset that thinks of things like that.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the song.
I mean, it was interesting, and I might be way off with my translation of it. There were just certain things.
Transgender of it.
They're not liberals, are they?
God, I hope not.
But yeah, just there was certain things and that just kind of, it put the vision in my head of someone starting out and slowly transitioning, like, like something like, should I hide my chest? And like that's something that I've known of people, girls who are transitioning, they'll wrap themselves up so they look more non-female. And then at the end there's a boy whose hair's a mess or something. He doesn't, and I'm thinking, well, that might be the same person. And now,
like, look at this monster. Doesn't know how to communicate yet.
Which is weird because that's the second time we've had that statement come up in these 3 songs.
Maybe he was the monster from the first song. Or they. Or she.
Cavetown goes by he, they. I looked it up.
That's so progressive of you. Now get the fuck out. He
don't tear down statues. I don't know. Wait,
yeah,
read one of them.
I got kind of the similar things from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's almost like somebody talking to a lover, and it's
Mhm.
almost like talking to a second identity. The transgender thing, I didn't pick up on a lot of. I knew they were,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know. I didn't ever put the two together.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good angle on it. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that you pulled that out because I've always thought of it more as a like spoken to a lover, but it's cool the angle of like inward dialogue.
Well, at first it started out where I thought that's what it was, with like
Mhm.
just two people speaking. But then, like I said, it just and like I could be way off, but it just kind of
Mm-hmm.
got that. I got that vibe. So
I like the read though.
yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I pay attention
Yeah.
sometimes. Bunch of liberals. But anyway. But yeah, but it was interesting. It was a little angsty. I didn't dislike it. I'd give it a thumbs up.
That's good.
It was interesting.
Very outside of your chosen music taste.
But it had good storytelling. Even if I got the story wrong, it's still kind of anytime, like I've said this before, if your words can put like a vision in my head,
mm-hmm.
That's already a thumbs up. I mean, because you've created with words and music.
The cut my hairline.
Yeah,
Forgot about that.
That was another part. That was
Yeah,
towards the end of the song where
Yep.
like maybe it was, yeah.
I think you got a pretty accurate read on it.
Yeah, and that's why I went and did research because it sounded like a woman singing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, let me do some research on this individual and that he's trans, he, they. And so it's like, okay, maybe it was at one point or maybe, I don't know where this individual started as far as gender.
Sure.
There wasn't that much info, but, so yeah. But I was like, yeah, let me.
You're on fucking thin ice there, bud. Tread carefully. Here at Lemon Squeezing Deep Cuts, we talk a lot of shit, but we love everybody, except for Aaron Lewis. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we don't like him.
Yeah, I'll like Aaron Lewis if he transitions.
Into a corpse.
That was good. I like that.
I would love to bump into him on the street or like at a bar because he looks like the kind of guy that would
Crack house.
be like, I think you need to step outside.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you go first.
Yeah.
Then I'd still hit.
Then just lock the door behind him.
I'd still hit him with a bar stool. I'm like, you know what? This is worth going to jail.
Yeah.
And I'd make sure someone filmed it so it'd be all over the interwebs.
I just want to give him a hug. I think he really needs it.
I just want to give him, I don't know, cancer.
A couple bucks.
A couple bucks.
Hey, just heads up, you can't transmit cancer sexually.
You sure?
Just
Are you
yeah,
sure?
just yeah, I've tried. Just for,
Well, I'm gonna stop trying.
it'd be cool. One of these days, because you do really good reads on lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And oddly enough, I usually don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like it if somebody we discuss has a clap back for our lyric read. That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about that. If Cavetown reached out, they reached out, was
Yeah.
It's like, nope,
Wrong.
songs
Totally
about cocaine.
wrong. Yeah. Well, if Cavetown, if you hear this, yeah, let us
Probably
know.
actually know their name.
It's Kevin something,
Yeah,
but
I forget. Here's the thing: is even if I read the names
mm-hmm.
when we get in here, I completely forgot.
It's easy to.
I remember Vince Neil because he killed somebody, and I always I always remember killers.
He killed Razzle, the drummer for Hanaway Rocks, and
I thought it was Mother Love Bone.
no.
I'm sorry, it's all so confusing. I was born in the 90s.
Loser.
All I know is Lil Wayne and Ketamine.
Ketamine, is that a band?
Like, I figured out there's a band called Cyclone B the other day.
There's a band called Morphine, or there was a band called Morphine. They're not anywhere.
You know what Cyclone B is?
No,
Oh,
I'm not a druggie.
It's the...
Was that funny?
It was the initial compound that they used to kill Jews with in Nazi Germany. It was a pesticide.
Oh, I should have known that because I'm a Nazi. I'm just kidding.
No, but the fact you were like, I'm not a druggie.
You gonna get high?
I think
on
I
Teflon B?
I don't think the people who were inhaling it were either.
Not for long. Sorry.
Now that joke was in bad taste. Waffle House, we're back in it.
There we go.
There we go.
But yeah, I'll give her the old thumbs are upper, and yeah. All right. So where's our theme? Because it was.
You'll find out next week.
Thank you.
It's a twofer.
Oh. Okay.
It's gonna reveal itself. It'll be obvious next week when I pitch the songs.
It'll reveal itself.
Yep.
Okay. I have a different theme for next week. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm stumped. Go ahead.
Oh, I'll tell you next week.
Couldn't guess it.
Nope.
Based off the information provided.
No. You guessed my theme for this week. No, you didn't. I told
was pretty close.
You were good. You were on, like I said, you were going in the right direction.
I didn't know that Winger was hair metal, or that I knew Mötley Crüe was hair metal.
Yeah.
I didn't really know much about Warrant.
Mm-hmm.
I could have probably guessed that they were hair metal.
Yeah.
Because I thought that Cherry Pie was written by Poison. Legitimately.
That's
Dude,
an easy way to confuse them.
It's so crazy how, like, I'll think a band did a song and just go my entire life assuming that and then realize that it wasn't that band. So, for example, Clowns to the left of me, Jokers to the right, Stuck in the Middle with You, because that was in the Winger song. I always thought that was by the Violent Femmes. No idea why.
Yeah. You're about a decade or
maybe two.
Maybe two. Maybe,
yeah.
I think just, yeah.
Because then I remembered that it's a 70s song because that's the whole thing around Reservoir Dogs is that it's all 70s hits because that's what the radio station's playing or whatever in the subplot of the story. And so I looked it up. It's like the Studebaker something. The Studemakers. What is it?
Steelers Wheel.
It was pretty close. Had an S in it.
It started with an S.
Yeah.
That was the only hit the Steelers Wheel ever had.
What? No.
yeah.
You don't say.
I know.
That was the only one?
That is the only one. No one on earth, even the guys in Steelers Wheel, can't name another Steelers Wheel song.
Statues in a town near you.
It's
actually not a bad band name.
Yeah. Statues coming down in a town near you.
Nah, that's too long.
Unless you live in Vermont where they don't have Confederate statues.
Or just statues in general because nobody's done anything important.
True. I'm going to start tearing down statues in Savannah, but just like rando statues.
Yeah.
Like
you better be careful.
I'm going to go to the Telfair and just start ripping down statues in the museum.
Oh. They're all plaster Paris.
SCAD Museum, start ripping down stuff.
You can do that for sure.
Because that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, God, that pile of toothpicks was really interesting.
Yeah. There's this statue of this.
Wow, you got it to hold together with hot glue? Amazing.
That must have been B+.
I've seen some pretty cool exhibits in the SCAD Museum.
I've never been in there. I ride by there a lot.
Why?
Because it's on Bull Street and it's on my way to the cemetery.
It is not on Bull Street.
Not the SCAD Museum, the one that's on Bull Street, not the one that's on...
The admissions office?
No, the one they always got a guard out front and you can go inside and look at stuff. What is that? That's the SCAD store, not the museum. Yeah. SCAD store.
That's the admissions building.
Yeah, but there's...
they may have moved admissions. But
you can go in there and tour.
That's like the main, they're like,
Yeah, the museum's over on the other side of MLK. Yeah. I ride by the that one.
Speaking of statues to tear down, no.
Yeah, I think he's had his due.
I think
there's a big one for him in Atlanta. We should go tear down.
Yeah, well, we'll call Aaron.
Yeah,
Hell yeah!
I hear he's buried underneath it. We can just.
Is he?
That's supposedly his.
Was he buried in Atlanta?
Well, he's from Atlanta.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought they'd bury him in the town he got shot in. It's not a good move. I go my whole life having real stupid thoughts and just never have any counter.
Yeah, you rarely get buried in the city you were murdered in unless, you were at 9/11, but too soon.
No, I don't think about things like that too long, and then I just have an assumption my entire life that never gets followed up on, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he was shot in Memphis, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, on a balcony.
Mm-hmm. No, in the head.
Actually, he wasn't shot in the head. It was.
What?
I thought he was shot in the chest.
Oh, I didn't look that far into it. Just assumed.
I remember I was serving a tour in Nam when it happened. Yep.
Right before the goddamn Ted offensive.
Yeah.
Charlie was everywhere.
It's a good thing we've been introduced to heroin.
No, my friend Charlie was just running all around.
Yeah, he was on PCP.
It's a good time for that drug.
It was. We were just killing yellow people left and right. I didn't
Jesus
care.
Christ.
We had an Asian dude in our platoon. We just shot him.
It's like the whole. Did you ever see the movie Wind Talkers?
A long time ago,
And
yeah.
they have the Navajo.
Mm-hmm.
Using Navajo code because the Japanese were breaking their codes.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one super racist guy in the platoon that starts trying to kill the Navajo translator.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously trying to kill him. And he's like, oh, he looks like a Jap. And they're all like, no, he doesn't.
Not even close.
Yeah. And, you know what I hate about movies like that? When they use B-roll of World War II ships firing shells.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's cut from, like, obviously, like, scenes shot in the 90s back to, like,
Yeah.
World War II footage. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. It's obviously not
Thanks.
the same.
Yeah. It's just so stupid. Just don't show it. Just the effects that you had were cool enough.
Yeah, you're good. We don't have to.
Yeah.
We don't need it force fed to us. We know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, you know.
How will they do the ships firing on the positions?
I don't know how that looks. Yeah, you do. Use
If
your
anything, it looks weirder because they're out in open ocean, not off the coast of anything.
Yeah.
So it's, what are they shooting from 50 miles away? Not how that works.
No, they had to get a little bit
Where do
closer.
they go 50 miles? Those shells might go. They go pretty far.
Maybe not World War II shells. Would they
Probably
go
not
that far? They had to get a little
Let's call the expert.
bit. Let me ask.
Kid-
Hey Siri.
Get Robbie 6-shooter on the line.
Hey Siri.
Talk to me. Talk to me, Lisa. Why?
Hey Siri. How far away could World War II battleships fire their shells?
You're the
Okay,
worst.
I found this on the web for how far away could World War II battleships fire there. Check it out.
Why your Siri sound different than mine?
I don't know. Okay, that's a lot of reading, Siri. Thank you. Thank you, Siri. Hey, Siri. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Ah, she works at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, so she must hate gays. Oh.
Loves chicken. Bakes it right into the every secret sauce. It's just
Good chicken, but they hate gays.
just like Caitlyn Jenner.
Mm-hmm. What?
Caitlyn Jenner does not like gay people. Or she doesn't like gay marriage, sorry.
Oh, well. Good for Caitlyn Jenner.
I guess.
I don't know. I don't like
She went on like the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Well, that was a
and-
good step.
And post transition, and then was like talking about how she's anti-gay marriage, and Ellen was like, "What?" She's like, "I guess I'm just a traditional kind of girl." Again, this day and age, everybody is just steeped in hypocrisy.
Yes. All right. Anything else while you play with dip your tea in wax? And those who can't see, he's literally dipping a golf tee in wax.
Smells like fire. What do you smell like after you shower?
Irish Spring.
I would use Irish Spring too.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I'm not gonna use no Vietnam Spring. Smell like shit.
I'm not gonna use any brown people spring.
Oh, you mean Old Spice? Sorry. That's the second time that's happened.
Because I forget.
It's almost like a sign you shouldn't do that.
I keep forgetting they're on. I forget they're on my head. Because they're on my head.
Sometimes I think I'm head.
What?
Cavetown.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Are you head? Sometimes I think I'm head.
All right.
Smart episode.
Smart episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll get ready for next week.
Next week?
Should do a pajama party next week. You down?
I got a onesie.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you serious?
Yeah, let's do a pajama party next week.
All right. I'll bring my onesie. It's got
Okay.
a hood.
Why does it have a hood?
Why not?
In case somebody tries to face rape you at night.
Well, it doesn't
They can,
cover
like,
my
you
face.
can pull the strings.
It just goes
No.
over my head. Yeah. Yeah, I got a onesie. I'll wear it.
No.
I'll wear it, and then I'll leave.
Okay.
It's got Aaron Lewis gave it to me. It's got a bunch of Confederate flags and nooses and
Nice.
yeah, stuff
Soul
like that.
patches.
Soul patches and dream catchers and a 77 Camaro. So
No. The years the 80s, the shitty like the 86.
yeah, 86 Camaro.
V6.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So yeah.
Got me an 82 Firebird. Bro.
Yeah, we'll do a jammy party.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Jammy for the jams.
I'm not going to show up in my jammies. I'm going to change into them in case you forget.
Coward.
Because I don't wear jammies in real life. So
I'm wearing jammies to Foxy, and I'm picking us up jammy coffee.
Okay.
I'll get us hot chalky.
Hot chalky.
Yeah. I'm going to
All
make them put extra thick milk in yours.
So I can drive you
So
out
you
of
get
this.
full use of that butt flap.
So I can drive you completely out of this studio.
Yeah.
Whole milk will do it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it will.
We good?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, fade away.
Fade away.